And so should Chris Pratt.
We already talked about this in the last Witchyworld episode.
I don't care, but I'm continuing to say it. Like, you can be mad and all, but it's not racist. I want to get on the Oscars case for being disinclusive of all things. Not just the one that you have a problem with. Oh, and I guess there's another little bit of business to sweep under the rug, because somebody did bring this up recently. So we have talked about doing some kind of a Let's Play together for Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Mm-hmm.
People just barely asked because of the recent announcement, are we going to do the Baba Yaga DLC? Yes, yes, and yes! Baba Yaga DLC is basically just another tomb, but it's more of a fear kind of tomb, like a scary tomb.
Right.
So we're going to do that. But that might not be on this channel, people. I'm just going to point that out. Since our Tomb Raider Let's Play, for me and Andrea, by the way, because we do our own Let's Plays, that's on that channel. We might bring Alex over for that. So, don't take it offensively. It's just we're trying to keep continuity, people.
Keep continuity.
Great continuity! Sorry.
How many points do I need, Andrea?
I'm gonna guess 300.
350 for the Cheeto page and 500, I think, for the Jiggy.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to do this twice.
Yeah, you're done.
Well, I got the Jiggy at least. This minigame just takes too long, I think.
I can already tell you that's a problem.
No, it's. I think it's less for the Cheeto page, but more for the Jiggy.
More for the Jiggy.
Well, you're almost 400, so maybe this will work. Don't jinx it, people. Don't jinx it.
I missed way too much. I don't think I'll make it.
Well, we already know that the shooter people are going to come out and say you suck, so, you know, might as well go out with a bang.
It's a real shooter.
That doesn't matter, Alex. Shooters are shooters are shooters.
Oy!
And besides, we're not even talking about the main complaint we'd get on the matter, which is we're not hardcore enough for shooters. Well, I'm glad you see it that way. Wow, just short.
Nice shooting! You win a prize! Bleep! Oh, you should have gotten the Cheeto page.
I'll get it. It's like I'll be back.
And now the
anyway.
Cheeto page will forever be lost in the ether. Because that's how games work.
It could be, let's face it.
No, there's nothing to face. It's just a reality. This is the way it is. Trying to get my energy back so we can go over the bar, but it's not really working.
Again with the bar.
Get over the bar.
You're obsessed with the bar.
I'm not obsessed with the bar. The movie was obsessed with the bar, and therefore we have to quote it all the time. Obsessed with the bar. Somebody's gonna put in the comment, would you shut up about the bar already? Now I need a drink.
Now I need a drink.
That's the wrong kind of bar that you're talking about. That's not the bar that we're talking about.
That's not
You
the
need to
bar.
get over the bar.
That's not the bars you're looking for.
This isn't the bar you're looking for.
That's a nice addition there, right there.
Regret. Those were the droids you were looking for.
Woohoo!
Damn it.
Can you imagine this being a ride?
Yeah, it'd be fun in real life, but this guy sucks to do this. Do this twice. If I don't make it, I'll just move on and come back later.
Oh, okay. So this is something that we can talk about because this just actually hit my inbox. So IGN put up an interesting story of what all the stars that were almost superheroes. So I'm gonna bring this list up to people and see what you think on whether or not it should have been a thing. So the first one that gets brought up is if Sam Raimi had made a fourth Spider-Man film, John Malkovich would have joined the cast as the villainous Vulture.
Interesting.
Anne Hathaway would have also starred as Felicia Hardy, aka Black Cat. Rumor has it that the character was conceived as the Vulturess. Thank goodness she was able to find the perfect superhero role later in her career. See, I wrote perfect because she played Catwoman as Cats. Zing. Sorry, I had to throw that in because that's not clever writing. Jim Caviezel was originally cast as Cyclops in the first X-Men movie.
Oh, wow.
But had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. Okay, first of all, John Malkovich is the Vulture. Perfect.
I thought Ben Kingsley was going to be Vulture.
I wouldn't be surprised if he was in consideration for it, but you know what? John Malkovich works a little bit better for that role. Because at this point, I mean, when you look at the Vulture, it's supposed to be like a senile old man who's trying to get youth back. Jim Caviezel as Cyclops? No, wouldn't have worked, I don't think. He doesn't have the look of Cyclops, I don't think. James Marsden was perfect for that role. We're finally getting a Wonder Woman movie, but some fans may still be sad that the version we'll see won't be the one Joss Whedon had been working on in 2007. Depending on what rumors you believe, Colby Smulders, who would later play Maria Hill in Whedon's Avengers, was one of the frontrunners for the role of Diana. I would have agreed with her as Wonder Woman. She's got the look
Do you want me to give it a shot?
Sure.
Let me give it one shot and then we'll move on if we do.
So this is Maria Hill from the Avengers movies. So she was the original idea that Joss Whedon had to play Wonder Woman. I don't think I hate that idea. But apparently Warner Brothers did, so that would have been cool. Oh wow. Bill Murray is Batman? Believe it or not, it could have happened. The word is back in 1985. Ivan Reitman was asked to direct the Batman movie and wanted Murray to star. The tone of the movie was said to be serious, which seems at odds with most of Murray's career. Still, it's an intriguing idea, made even more so by the proposed castings of David Bowie as the Joker, allegedly, and allegedly Michael J. Fox as Robin.
I've also heard Eddie Murphy as Robin as well.
The hell? The crap?
I know.
You know what? David Bowie is the Joker. I would have sat down to see it. That's a lot more alluring to me than Jack Nicholson as the Joker. I'm just being honest.
You don't hate on Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson hates on you.
Yeah, good luck with that, Jack. You don't even know who I am.
You could handle
Bill Murray
the
is
Jack.
Batman. Actually, I would have paid to see that. I would have. But, I mean, then again, like, a lot of people might have gotten on their case about it because he's a comedian. Michael Keaton was a comedian.
Yeah, the same thing
and they
happened,
brought
like-
him in.
Yeah.
Hate that one.
I think to some extent Val Kilmer wasn't he? Because, like, one of his first roles was a comedy. It was Real Genius. So, that might have worked.
Yeah, I don't know. Val Kilmer, I don't know how many movies he had under his belt when he did Batman, but I know he, like, had Top Gun in that. But it's not like Michael Keaton, who was primarily known for his comedies at that time.
No, but he was a comedian at one point, I think.
I don't think he was.
So on to the next one. Before Chris Evans swooped in the last minute, The Office's John Krasinski was one of the leading contenders, if not the leading contender, to play Captain America.
Oh.
I'm glad they went with Chris Evans, because Chris Evans has worked out tremendously. And Alex can attest to this. I was one of the naysayers about him playing it, because I was going off of his Fantastic Four performance, and it wasn't good. But you know what? Him playing Steve Rogers works a lot better. Alright, so the next one. Tom Cruise was apparently very interested in playing Iron Man. I know this, actually. He was rumored to be Iron Man.
Yeah.
So much so that he was rumored to be planning to co-produce the film. Kevin Feige reported that there had been talks with Cruise about doing Iron Man, but the part thankfully went to Robert Downey Jr. And you know what? I'm glad it did.
Yeah.
I'm glad it did, because, like, I was pro Tom Cruise before. I don't know if I would have been now. Not that Tom is going over the deep end horribly.
I could see him as Iron Man, but Robert Downey Jr. is just too perfect now for the role.
He got the role down pat, so I don't see Tom doing it.
And of course, Nicolas Cage was almost Superman.
Well, I have a feeling that's going to get brought up. Here's the next one. Though it never got close to production, Quentin Tarantino at one time had ambitions to make a Luke Cage movie starring Lawrence Fishburne. He ultimately decided to make Pulp Fiction instead, probably a good call. Lawrence Fishburne as Luke Cage. That might work. You know, if Lawrence was a little younger on the matter, it might have worked.
So close.
Should I try one more time?
Alright, go ahead, try again.
Not good.
All right, then.
Adam, why doesn't just let Andrea do it again? She got really close.
So I'm just firing with the triggers, right?
Yep, just triggers and use the
R1 or R the
Right trigger or left trigger?
Either one works.
This is to move the reticle.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's do this thing. So I can show how not hardcore I am on the matter. I can't fire already.
Just
You'll hold it
the
down.
trigger.
Hold it down.
Hold the trigger.
You don't have to click it. You can hold it down.
Yeah, just hold it.
Ha 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 ha! Oh,
Okay.
cool. This is already not turning out as well as I would hope.
That's why I said let Andrea just do it again, but no.
No, we have to make this silly, Alex! That's the way this works! It's a Let's Play! Damn it! I want the blue one!
Well, don't just focus on the blue ones
Just
alone.
hit all of them if you can.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm hitting as many as I can, but I'm still focusing on the blue ones. The blue, my favorite color.
Because blue.
There you go, just in case there was a question about that somewhere. Drak's favorite color is blue.
Okay, Drak, but do you like mustard?
What?
Do you like mustard, Drak? Do you?
I do like mustard,
Okay.
actually. Why? Do people think I don't like mustard?
I don't know. I just wanted to know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Yep.
G.I. Joe! This is kind of frustrating. You have to hold this thing remarkably steady.
Yeah, you really do.
Well, it's hard when you get flipped upside down, because then you're like, ah!
Plus the draw distance doesn't help either.
Nope. Oh yeah, that doesn't help either. The rapid spinning, that... Okay, ah!
Keep firing, don't let go. Even for a second.
My fingers needed a rest, okay, Alex?
That can't be as hard as the Canary Mary race, where you have to constantly pound the button.
And yet, I one-shotted it! You two complained, oh my gosh, this is so hard!
Actually-
And I one-shot the dang thing.
Well, actually,
You got lucky.
you played it. We I don't think. Well, Alex, I never played it, so.
Well, what can I say? Adam might actually do this. He, once again, will just show me up. Thanks, Adam. You always make it look like a jackass.
I'm not even trying to do
No,
something.
if he ends up missing just one, then you're gonna.
Okay, Adam, you're doing good, but don't get cocky now. Great kid! Don't get cocky!
I'm trying not to get cocky. Oh, man.
You missed.
Missed one.
Son of a bitch!
Oh, so good.
What?
I have a feeling this is going to be an episode title now.
Adam always comes in, makes me look like a complete
Shadow hates
jackass.
Drak.
Drak makes a comeback.
People would say I can't play video
From
games.
dying to the same badnik 100 times to showing me up every other time.
Okay, so moving on to the next possible hero that we could have gotten. Stuart Townsend was originally cast as Fandral the Dashing, one of the Warriors 3 in the first Thor movie. Reportedly, the actor was fired due to the dreaded creative differences. This is a guy that's known for doing the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I heard he was hard to work with in that film, so I'm kind of glad he didn't get a shot at screwing up Thor. but do you know who I'm talking about? Stuart Townsend?
No.
Okay. So the next one. Before he played the Cape Crusader in Batman and Robin, George Clooney was attached to an early version of the Green Hornet. That version of the movie never got made, but 15 years later, Seth Rogen would finally bring the character to the big screen. You know, George Clooney as the Green Hornet would have worked. It really would have. Because, I mean, the premise of the Green Hornet was a guy who, like, tried to ingratiate himself with the criminal underground and then destroy them from within. So yeah, that would have worked for George Clooney, especially given his Ocean's roles and all that. The next one. Oh, actually, so thoughts? George Clooney as the Green Hornet?
I don't really know that much about the Green Hornet to say.
You do know that Bruce Lee was famous for the Green Hornet, right?
Yeah, I know that much, but everybody knows that.
Patrick Wilson was originally cast as Scott Lang's ex-wife fiance in Ant-Man.
Right there.
Wilson dropped out due to scheduling conflicts, and the role went to Bobby Cannavale. This isn't really a superhero thing. It's just because he would have ended up in Iron Man. She eventually got to beat up aliens in Edge of Tomorrow, but before that, Emily Blunt turned down offers to play both Black Widow and Agent Carter. I'm glad that she did, because I don't think she would have worked as well as Scarlet. In fact, I think she would have been worse. Because I'm not the biggest fan of Emily Blunt. Sorry. Just not. Shailene Woodley actually filmed scenes...
By the way, it's a time for you, Adam.
Oh, yay. Okay. Freezing cold, but that's the price for launching eggs of solid ice. Yeah, that doesn't sound pleasing, especially on a day like today. That'll be all. Dismissed! Make it!
Ooh, there's the train switch.
So the next one is Shailene Woodley actually filmed scenes, later cut, as Mary Jane Watson for Amazing Spider-Man 2, and her role was originally meant to be expanded if there had been an Amazing Spider-Man 3. Instead, she'll just have to continue diverging through 3 or 4 more movies.
Get it, Adam, jeez.
Yeah, so from Divergent. So, there you go. Oh no, no!
What?
No. That should be a hint as to who's coming up next.
Okay, go on.
Shia LaBeouf could have been the last man on Earth if he'd gotten to make his adaptation of Why, the Last Man, which is a comic. That's quite possibly one of the scariest apocalypse scenarios I've ever heard of. So have I! I don't ever want to see Shia LaBeouf trying to play a superhero. He doesn't work. Arnold Schwarzenegger would have made a great Sergeant Rock, and back in the 80s, he almost did. Bruce Willis was also rumored to be attached to later versions of a project based on the DC Comics war hero. Well, that would have just worked because it was Arnold at the time. Oh, wow. This one's gonna, I think, get Alex going. Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern was the bad kind of funny, the unintentional tragic kind, but if Jack Black had his way, he might have seen the other kind of funny Green Lantern movie. Black would have played a goofball version of Kyle Rayner, one of Hal Jordan's Green Lantern successors. First of all, F that idea, right up its arse!
Okay, here we are.
As much as I love Jack Black, no, never, even he'll admit that it probably wouldn't work for him. This is a doubloon! They are the only currency accepted in Jolly Roger's Lagoon! There you go.
And we get...
And also F. Kyle Rayner.
Never mind.
I'm actually not the biggest fan of Kyle Rayner. I hate him. I don't like the character. Thanks to some recently released storyboards, we now know Robin was supposed to make a brief appearance in Batman '89. So, the Michael Keaton one. The role would have been played by Ricky Addison Reed, who was known for 1987's return to Salem's Lot. I don't know either of those, so I can't really comment on it. What about you, Alex?
Yeah.
I don't think there should have been a Robin in that movie.
Yeah, this is a good idea just to start playing away with Batman.
Look, I love Chris O'Donnell and all, but I really don't think a Robin should have ever been interjected into those movies.
Shit!
You went too close.
I have to get closer, I miss.
Well, it will have popped up again.
Okay, so the next one, Marlon Wayans was cast as Robin in Tim Burton's Batman Returns, but the part was eventually cut from the script. Why? Why Marlon Wayans? Why? Why?
Exactly. Why?
Dude, already geeks are mad at Marlon Wayans for stepping into Dungeons and Dragons and G.I. Joe.
Well, Marlon Wayans has no talent anyway. He got in by pure nepotism.
Ugh. I would take any Wayans brother, but not Marlon. I like Damon Wayans personally, but
Okay.
not Marlon.
Yeah, Damon Wayans and frankly Keenan Ivory Wayans are the only two people with talent in that family.
So, okay, the next one is Michelle Pfeiffer was a great Catwoman in Batman Returns, but Annette Bening was would have given her a run for her money. Bening was originally cast as Selena Kyle, but had to drop out when she got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who Annette Bening is, actually.
I know the name, but I can't put a name to the role, actually.
Let's see, Sean Young,
Sean Young was going to be Vicky Vale.
Was going to play Vicky Vale in Batman '89. Unfortunately for her, and luckily for Kim
I
Basinger,
don't know what to do. What seems to be the problem, Tip Top? It's my baby. He's about 32 weeks late. Can you help?
Can't you just sit on it and hatch it?
I'm a reptile, not a bird. He's supposed to get out himself.
Wait. Tip Top's a girl!
Not necessarily.
I was gonna say Diddy Kong Racing reference right there, but now he's just she's just blown my mind. I used to play Tip Top all the time in that game. Yeah, so Sean Young was supposed to play Vicky Vale. Unfortunately for her, and luckily for Kim Basinger, she broke her limb rehearsing before. I love the fact that it doesn't say which limb. Before shooting began. We all know Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, but before the then little-known Aussie actor was cast as one of the two top contenders for the role. Or the two top contenders for the role of Wolverine were Russell Crowe and Dougray Scott.
Oh, I didn't want to come back out here.
No, I can't really see anybody aside from Hugh Jackman playing Wolverine. Though. That's kind of the problem. But not Russell Crowe. What on earth were they thinking there? Before Zack Snyder finally made a Watchmen movie, Paul Greengrass tried to adapt Alan Moore's classic with a cast that would have included Joaquin Phoenix as Night Owl II, Hilary Swank as Silk Spectre, Jude Law as Ozymandias, and Ron Perlman as the comedian. Simon Pegg, Daniel Craig, and Paddy Considine, I probably am saying that wrong, were all considered for the role of
The
Rorschach.
name's Pano. I'm the local pawnbroker. We're interested in that jiggy in the case. Yes, a real nice piece, circa Banjo Kazooie, so I was told. I reckon 20 gold doubloons would be a fair price.
20 doubloons? We only want the jiggy, not your whole shop.
So let me finish this one really quick.
Right.
So, Joaquin Phoenix is Night Owl II, Hilary Swank is Silk Spectre, Jude Law is Ozymandias, Ron Perlman is the comedian, Simon Pegg, Daniel Craig, and Paddy Considine were all considered for the role of Rorschach. If you think that sounds interesting, you should see who Terry Gilliam might have chosen for the version he was pitching in the late 80s, early 90s. Can you imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dr. Manhattan and Robin Williams as Rorschach? First of all, I'm glad that we didn't see a bunch of Arnold Wiener on screen. I have heard that the dude's actual wiener was on screen, so...
Oh, hello there. I'm Jolly Roger, town mayor and proprietor of this lovely harborside inn.
We'd like a ginger beer, please.
I'd love to oblige, but I'm less than jolly at the moment, as my partner's gone missing.
That's a shame. Now, how about that drink?
Kazooie?
Oh, sorry. Where did you last see her?
She was out on a wavery so early yesterday evening. I heard a big
Wavery
thumping
64.
noise, and when I got outside, she was gone.
Perhaps she was eaten by a vicious sea demon.
Oh, I hope not. It's happy hour soon, and I'll be needing some help. Would you like to rent a room? It's half price at 2 doubloons, as this naughty mole has dug a hole in the corner of it. How about it? Nah, I'll just blow the door down. That's a shame. I was hoping you'd deal with that rodent rascal.
Okay, this one might blow your mind. Before Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, Jude Law was set to play Superman, pitted against Colin Farrell as Batman in Wolfgang Petersen's World's Finest, Batman vs. Superman.
Wow.
Colin Farrell as Batman.
He was Bullseye.
At one point, I would have said he would have been ideal, and then he played Bullseye. And now I just want him to play Bullseye again.